like to sign in?
Just like all we dropped here. It's just how it is.
Oh, sure.
We show up, we drop, and we go.
You want an agenda gatekeeper?
Sure. Why not?
Not even.
This way I'll know when to have one. when not.
Yes, sir.
How's it going? Good.
I'm gonna teach Jerry Hall.
Hey, it's like moderately cool in here.
I'm gonna make Jerry Hall.
I'm sure that won't last.
I will too. She's asked me if she's gonna continue around. Right?
You gotta go catch it.
She's asked me
No,
if she's
I
gonna
didn't
continue
so.
around.
I didn't either.
I think I drive down behind, has your place first.
You do, I saw that.
Huh? I'm stalking, yeah, I'm stalking.
Did you sign in, young man?
Oh, yeah, no. I gotta have somebody sign in for him because I don't know my name.
That guy behind that, I think the white one.
Good, how are you
The guy next to
D.U.?
Little warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, once you're ready. I'll leave it down.
Oh,
Come on, you'll forget about us.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's not me, I'm not there, my website.
You gotta sign in?
yes, thanks.
There, I did.
Oh, I don't know, you dropped.
Oh, hell, I can take that too.
I was stuck.
Did you sign?
Huh?
Did you sign?
No. I didn't. But I will.
Where'd you get the paper at?
Right there.
In this room? I didn't even see one.
What's right here?
We grab the fan while you're in there?
Huh?
Grab the fan.
Air conditioner?
Anything.
Somebody said they were gonna have one this.
That's what I thought.
Or air conditioner or something, did you say? Fan or air conditioner?
Anything.
Must be locked up in a cell there.
Hey, Mr. Bill.
How you doing today, Bill?
Well,
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there isn't. That's funny. Hello.
Yeah, I've been thinking with these nice warm days, she's gonna come back up very fast. I haven't been with snowpacking, but I haven't left until whatever the snowpackers are.
Was it?
Joe just gave this to me, so you can let me look at it too. Do this in advance.
Very cool.
Other ones that,
August.
I'll be busy.
That's why I gave him the calendar one.
Who's it over?
Where's it in there?
Sure. Quarters.
Charge it. Smaller vendors. Upstairs.
Yeah, you'd be good for sure. You're sitting on one.
Don't worry, Jerry, we'll
One,
remind
two,
you.
4, 5, 6, 7 is all we need.
Don't worry, Jerry, we'll remind you as they come,
Okay.
have them in that.
I
He'll
may
be with you on that.
have.
She'll probably have to redo the whole thing over, huh?
How are you doing? I was gonna say, you look a little on the heated side there.
So, that's what they want to hear.
And then, so if you need a copy,
Old Sarah's over there.
make a copy of this.
Here, does this?
Get a copy of that.
I don't even
Unless it's not
know.
revised,
You
well.
don't even have to worry about it, see?
catch any rabbits.
One with the net, one with the trap.
What does it taste like?
They're on the outside of the tracks. Let's go across the river. I love river.
Yard dude.
You know, I like that cotton the other night, that really summer that.
I mean, I did call you back.
I did, yeah, and when I did, it was, I was just going back to work and I got it. So by the time I was able to respond, it would have been like 8 at night.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but I think it was able to be where I needed to be exposed, so. But thank you, I do appreciate that.
Did you get a chance to sign any of those? I have an answer for you too.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay.
Come down there.
And I nobody was there. Kind of when you said pop, you get.
Is Jim still there?
Yep.
Be over. It's too late. Doesn't matter. It's great, but it's hard.
Disappointed but proud.
I am, because I think I've got, I've got more time to be dedicated to it. I mean, even if something happens, I think it's fine that way, but I think it's a real serious kind of tough road, and I think it'll be interesting to see how we're gonna make it, how that all shakes out. There's a few of them that made it pretty ugly, and I'm like, why you didn't pay attention to that? I was kind of gotten feedback from the people, but yeah, I mean, I've got the things in place now, but oh. I hope it all goes well. Just get through tomorrow night. Ask me Wednesday morning.
Let's call the meeting to order. Everybody stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Looking at the agenda, are there any changes? I will say that the employee reports, none of our employees are here tonight, so there will not be any employee reports.
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as written.
I second it.
We have a motion to accept the agenda as presented and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Let's see, Jeff is here for a sheriff's report. We do have a new contract that we need to review. Hope have you reviewed the sheriff's contract? It's pretty much basic. It's the same overall as it was when we approved it last year, except that we want to approve the contract for 2 years instead of just 1 to keep that low cost in place.
Hey, Sheree,
Yes.
here a while back, I think Sheriff probably did a good deal, but here a while back, I talked to Mike Beekman, he said that he offered kind of the same deal, but he guaranteed 20 hours a week, and nobody'd even talk to him.
First time I've ever heard of it.
That's what he told me.
No, never approached the council at all.
Well, I make a motion we accept the contract. I have to abstain from this vote,
Yes, you do.
so I can't do anything.
I'll make a motion then if you can't get in.
I can't get in.
So, I like what you're doing.
So your motion is to accept the contract
For 2 years.
Is there any more debate on anybody's opinions on that, or?
It keeps Ralph out.
Yeah, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then I abstain.
Okay, public comment. For those not on the agenda.
I have one.
Yes, Bill.
I'd like to, have our 4th of July party on the 30th of June. Because 4th is on Wednesday, so there's no objection from anybody. Got a little noise.
What do you mean by a party?
At his house.
Or normal.
It's the one they do every 4th, but like with him being on the council now, usually he comes up here and gets clearance through the council to make sure it's
They
all
just wanna
right.
make sure it's okay with everybody. On a dry year, to make sure the fire department's okay with it. And this is a wet year.
There'll be an engine parked at your neighbor's house that weekend, so I think you'll be okay.
That's right.
It's not as big as it used to be, up 2/3 the size. Been going on for about 25 years.
Yeah. We have the same thing on our blocks here. All the relatives get together.
Don't we normally have a dance or something down here on the street?
I haven't heard any of the business people make any plans for it yet or haven't gotten any information
This,
on it.
this would be the Saturday before because it's hard to have anything on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Fromberg Days is usually the last weekend in March, so. Or in August, I'm
August.
sorry. So I don't think that will interfere. Any other discussion?
Are they gonna burn the pit down there, you know?
We're going to dump the stuff into the pit and we'll burn it here probably, maybe in July.
It's getting late.
We have a lot on our plate right now, so we want to get priorities out of the way first.
It'd smoke a lot more than normal if you tried it now.
Be careful waiting that long. I would
Yes,
do it at the end of June.
we'll keep that in mind, Audrey. Any suggestions or good suggestions.
Just because there may potentially, depending on how fast the stuff dries out, there may be a burn ban statewide before then. So I would consider, if it stays this hot, I would do it the end of this month.
Or
Just,
before.
yeah. I wouldn't wait till July.
What about, is there anybody that we might be able to get to cut that grass and stuff right along that city property down there? Is that?
We'll go down and do it. We can send our guys down to do it.
I'll try to get somebody that's softer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baseball field too. You really need a stopper.
And a baler. Any other discussion?
No, I don't have any problem with.
Please stand. State your name. No, Mike, yes.
I'm Mike Bentley. I just would want some clarification from the council. And by far, I'm not picking on anybody, but when the previous mayor presented a budget, a balanced budget, Mr. Nottingham, and I don't have nothing against you, you didn't like it, you wanted to make some more cuts, more power to you. You stuck to your guns, more power to you. You came after everything, you were after me for overtime. I gave you a solution, you didn't really like it. But then you turn around, you hire a guy on, you pay him over $4 an hour more than what you were paying me, unlicensed. You give him a $1,000 sign-on bonus, and then you promise him, and I've heard two different versions, $26 to $31 an hour after he gets his license. And then he lived in the shop.
That is totally untrue,
You're not paying him $21 an hour?
but that's not the $26 to $31 an hour.
Well, that's
And
just the
besides,
version that we
wait just a
heard.
minute, Mike, all of this stuff should have been kept in City Hall. It was not, so where did you get all this information?
That information came from your guy himself. So I don't
No,
want to hear, because I
he
didn't
did
talk,
not.
you think that I talked to Brenda, I didn't talk to Brenda. Brenda did not tell me anything. I haven't spoken to Brenda about any town business.
You're talking about Bill Zelinski, right?
Whoever your city guy is.
Did he talk to you directly?
Nope,
Okay,
he didn't.
He talked to me directly, he said he was an operator and know what to do, and he was no operator. Looked like a bomb that
all of
dropped in
his
my...
references said he was.
Was that?
All of his references, including state inspectors, said he was.
Well, he
Yeah.
lied. If you went down there and looked at any of the work he did, you'd know he
I
wasn't
looked
an
at,
operator.
that work earlier, and I also looked at Sam Calvig's work. There wasn't a whole lot of difference.
Oh, big difference.
Really?
There was a fuss
Really?
attack.
Since when do you
Kelly,
lay
just
water
wait a
line
minute now,
like this
let's,
in the bottom of a hole?
one question at a time.
Subject though.
This is something that has been evidently done over by your volunteers.
Privately hired.
I
Privately.
don't care if they were privately hired
Well,
or if they
regardless, you guys
volunteered.
never remember anything until when it comes down to the point. When we are sitting here asking you guys to give us an explanation, you're always, oh, we never heard about that. We never knew about that. Nobody ever came here.
Never knew about what?
Anything that ever comes in front of you guys, you know nothing. You've heard nothing. Typical.
That's
It's
not true.
typical.
That's
It
not
is.
true.
No, it is.
Typical of what we're hearing now, so if you can't say something without attacking people, please don't.
No, no,
I'm
no
not trying,
attack.
I'm not trying to attacking people, I would just like some justification.
Well, as far as his wages, for me, I had no idea.
Oh, you have to, you're the city council.
Yeah,
Well, we
why
don't.
didn't you?
Why didn't you know? Why wasn't the city council notified of all this stuff before a guy was hired? You should have known his starting wage. You all should have known his starting wage. Did you
Okay.
know his starting wage, Nate?
I was.
Did you even know that they had a $1,000 sign-on bonus sent to him?
I knew there was a bonus, but I didn't know if there was a contract tied to it, like if he had to work X amount of hours or it had to be paid back.
All the council were informed of the bonus, the sign-on bonus, every single one of them.
Okay, but was everybody informed of the wages that he was making? Nate, were you?
No, I was under the.
Tim, were you?
assumption he was under.
Shirley may have mentioned how much. he was
Now,
making.
see here it comes out now that we go around the table, it comes out. This is just my point right here. just my point, is you never know until it goes around that table.
Is Jeff still in it? Jeff, would you come in, please?
Sure, I'm here.
Okay. It doesn't take a scientist to go and ask Brenda what the wages are.
No, but it should be
And
taken
besides,
through the city council, just like when Mike was hired, it went through the city council, did it not?
and is on the agenda tonight
What, Mike being hired?
to approve the Public Works Director's job.
It should have been approved when he was hired the first time. Why was it not then?
Well, I really can't answer that right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm being honest with you.
You can't answer anything that we come here to ask you about. So why are you even behind that table?
If she's the mayor.
Because she got elected that position.
She might be, but when there's citizens here asking questions and you guys can't give answers and things that should have went through that city
I've
council.
had a lot of people call and talk to me, and people have stopped me on the street and saying, this guy is great. I haven't seen him do it.
Okay.
I have never seen anyone
That's
doing what
to
he's
you.
doing.
That's to you. We don't see that.
Doing what?
We don't see him doing nothing except for demolishing people's yards. And then private people have to come in and fix it.
And in the meantime,
cost them money
private
on
people
equipment.
went in the city shop without
I was employed.
part-time.
I
You were-
was
you were-
employed.
You were on call.
I was employed,
You
on
were
call,
not even-
employed.
Your
Replacing
employment-
property that had been destroyed as a city employee. I had a set of keys. There was an agreement you and I had signed.
Simply by your signature on the 24th of May. You said you would be on call. You were called 3 times that I know of. For a fact, you never ever responded to those calls.
No.
You knew that we needed help
Do
down
you
there on
have,
Vargas's place.
do you have proof that he called me 3 times that day?
It's on the city phone.
Okay, well, do you have the city phone?
I don't have it with me.
Okay, well, when you can verify that information,
I
I'll,
called you on the 27th, TJ. You didn't respond to my call either. I've got that on my phone. I even wrote it down on my little note.
okay, well,
I log
maybe,
everything.
Yeah.
Everything, single thing that I
That's
do,
fine.
I put
That's
on a
fine.
log sheet.
that's fine. On call or not. I was still employed, yes?
Part-time.
I was
On call.
still employed though,
On
yes?
call. But
Is
not
that an employment? I was still on
No.
your payroll.
for hours that you worked on call. And you did not
Employee of
respond.
the city.
You did not respond to any calls, and therefore, your probationary was terminated. Your probationary termination was given to you.
No,
Yes, it was.
no. As a contracted employee, there was, all of that was null and void. You didn't give me no,
You wrote an
no
agreement,
handbook. I
You
wrote
wrote
an
an
agreement that didn't state anything like
which
that.
was invalid.
How is it invalid? You signed it.
In court, according to our lawyer, and my lawyer, and MMIA,
Then I guess it should have been your responsibility before you signed that and agreed to it to run it past your lawyer and everybody else at that council table. Your responsibility. As far as I was concerned, I was an employee of the city, I was on payroll, and I was getting paid every payday.
you were getting paid for on-call, which you did not show up for, which validated your whole agreement.
That's unjustifiable. You can't
No, it
justify
is not.
termination
It
based
is
on
not.
somebody not
When you
answering
did not
on
answer
call.
an on-call, you knew we were shorthanded, you knew we needed help.
There were
When
times that you
not
didn't answer
respond
the
to
phone
those
also.
phone calls, that,
There
thereby,
were, so what about the times that you didn't answer the phone while I was down there working? Or all the other times that you were down there working, trying to push me around while I was trying to do other stuff? No, you don't remember none of that? Never
I didn't
figures.
push you around, TJ.
You did, you damn
Nobody
sure
can
did.
push you around because you're just really, really vocal.
Yeah, dang right I am. I should be.
No,
If you
shouldn't
don't
be.
like the truth,
You know what you were, is you were insubordinate and you were mouthy.
and you were
You
a
would not
horrible
follow-
management, you
would
were a
not
horrible boss.
Follow direction. That may be, that may be.
You were still working for her. As an employee, you should respect your boss. If you can't, don't work.
Then how come,
Don't.
no,
That's
how
it.
come the boss didn't respect me? Isn't that
When you don't show respect, you don't get any back.
Well, when I don't show respect, they don't get any back. When they don't show respect, then you don't
shouldn't
get
be
any
working
back.
here.
I gave you,
Who are you to say?
I gave you 3 chances.
You didn't know about anything either.
So, but I've been listening to you.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay,
And you ain't got
Can
no
we get back to the
information.
original question?
that's the end of the discussion. Wheezy.
You probably just said what I was asking. The discussion really isn't one for all of our ears. It's a discussion that should be taking place between you and TJ,
Yes,
and
it
you
should go,
obviously
it
have
should go
issues
into
that need to be
executive session if
addressed,
he wants to
but not in front
about
of
it.
all of us, I don't
Yeah.
believe. That's just my opinion.
Well,
Anyway, as I was going on, a couple other things I know is, when are you gonna actually read meters?
will we read meters this month?
Okay, cause I know,
Michael is coming from Corn, Maine, and he is going to go through this whole thing with the new guys so that they know where they're going. And why we don't have a map for all the meters, I'm not sure.
it's in the computer.
The map or just the route? I
Well,
have the route.
the route and the map are all in the one same thing on the computer.
You don't have an actual map showing where each meter is at each house.
Oh, no, never have.
Okay,
That's something that we were working, the radio side does. The
Okay.
radio tells you which address is, and
well, I
The
have the
regular one
addresses
does.
of all the routes.
Right,
The
and
both the radio
that's the only
reading
map-
and the,
that's the only map that we've ever had
okay.
of the meter system and everything.
That's unusual, because usually every town has a map of their meters.
Well,
where-
they-
where
They didn't have
are located.
anything.
They didn't have anything when I took over, I was trying to, that was
What
one
was
of the
there,
things that
he
we were
put in
working on,
place.
trying to upgrade and do the stuff. It never got down into the mapping.
Okay.
But the other thing, another thing is down there on Third, that Watergate valve. You guys better get some gravel or something in there, cause you just put dirt back in there and it's sinking. And you're gonna take somebody's
We've got that,
take a
yes.
front
We've got
end
that
out.
on the list and right
Same,
away
right?
and First Street on the list right away, because
Was it
we are
made,
going to
right?
have to dig out all of that on First Street and redo it, because it was just a stupid mess. So that will be redone, and then we're gonna start working on new services and a few other things. So, yeah, that's all in the priority list.
So it never was answered, the original question that Mike asked. Where in the budget is all this extra money coming from? Because beforehand, the budget was a concern and
I have gone through that budget.
there
several
was no
times.
money to be had, and they were worried about overtime, and they were worried about this, and now all of a sudden,
They
you know,
had,
you're paying TJ $18 an hour, this
I will
guy's
tell you right
supposedly
now, Kelly,
$21 an hour.
that money could have been there to raise wages. It just